Some mind-boggling numbers being flagged off by Kotak there. But Krishna, it's also important to note here that just yesterday, Matrix Partners' founder Avnish Bajaj also sort of put out a series of tweets where he spoke about how many founders still haven't internalized the new normal as far as the investing environment is concerned, that they really have to keep their eyes on capital efficiency going forward because funding is going to become difficult. And he's also given a very interesting breakup of what the burn rates should be at each stage of funding. So I certainly hope a lot of entrepreneurs and startups take note of that. But moving on from that to the big world of retail, after Walmart and Target, another global retail giant is betting big on the Indian startup ecosystem. We are talking about UK retailer Tesco, which has plans of bringing its accelerator program to India. Tesco CTO spoke to ET Now's Rahul Daima on their plans here. Let's listen in.
Tesco Bangalore is very important to us. A heavy part of our engineering, a large percentage of our engineering organization is here based in Bangalore, and we consider it a strategic advantage for us. And we are continuing to invest, and we'll try to not only raise the caliber of the talent we have here, but also to continue to invest in the kind of products we create here. It's not just about services, which was the history, but more about products and technology to working together in the retail space.
Okay. I want to know, are you really tracking the startups ecosystem here in India? How are you viewing the entire space? And how will you really, are you looking at working with e-commerce players here? And in what way will you explore opportunities going forward?
Well, we have explored opportunities with startups in North America and in London, and so we don't see why we would not also advantage ourselves of the opportunity to startup scene that is vibrant here in India and in Bangalore in particular. So we look forward to the opportunity to meet the startup community here and see the areas that are of interest to us. The supply chain, logistics, customers, fulfillment, customer online sites. There's a whole plethora of things in retail, and we would like to take a look at all of them and see what there is to learn.
All right. What's your India strategy like for startups? Target has an accelerator program, so would you look at an accelerator program or probably a dedicated India fund to really invest in startups? How will you take it forward with startups here?
Well, we just initiated a program called Amplify, and that is to support a startup scene and a program of how to get startups welcome to Tesco, how to get them to navigate Tesco, and we will take that same pattern and apply that here in India. We're not going to have another recipe, and we're just going to take what we've learned and developed and apply it here in India soon.
All right. So you're saying that you are really mulling an accelerator program for startups. It's a little too early, but if you could tell us which areas you mentioned about supply chain and logistics, could you just divulge a few more details as to which areas are you really looking at?
Well, look, part of startup scene is to look at innovation and not try to predict it and to say that it's going to be in this area or that area. So we'd rather be more open and opportunistic to creative ideas in the retail space, whether they're in IoT, whether in classical consumer retail, whether in the supply chain. We're looking forward to all those innovations and see whether we can advantage ourselves.
All right. Lastly, expansion plans as far as your tech center here in Bangalore is concerned. Walmart is investing heavily. Would Tesco also, aggressively invest here in Bangalore?
Well, I think we have a significant presence here in Bangalore for a number of years, over a decade. Right. And so we continue to invest in technology, and given that Bangalore is one of our biggest strategic technology centers, that investment will fall here also.
What kind of investments are we talking? I know I'm digging in a little too deeper. What kind of investments are we talking about?
I can't speak specifics on numbers, but let's just say that we're going to invest more in technology in the coming year than in the past, and therefore it will also have an effect in Bangalore.
From that giant retailer to the next big star, that's the segment that we are addressing. And on the show today, Krishna, we have a company that I'm sure you and I will relate to very well. This company is called ID Fresh Food.